Welcome, race fans. This is Paul Page, the voice of IndyCars. And today we're excited to present another IndyCar event brought to you by the Dark Horse IndyCar Series. From the Unzers to Mears, to Foyt and Andretti, now it's Corley, Peterson, Davies, Gardner, and Teague. You can expect high speeds, incredible wheel-to-wheel action, and intense drama that you could only get in an IndyCar. So sit back and enjoy your favorite drivers from all over the world take the track. Dark Horse IndyCar drivers, start your engine.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gary Gazzo. Welcome to Race First coverage of Round 1 of Season 7 of the Dark Horse DW12 Series. Coming to you today from Kansas Speedway. I'm going to have a partner in the booth with me all season long. Today is one of my partners that I had back in the RIL. He'll be joining me here for a couple rounds this season in the Dark Horse Series. Please welcome Jalopnik.com's Ryan Eric King. We got a busy week, I guess, of interviewing some race winners, important race winners, but we're down into the weeds of it here now. You're back in the booth, and hope springs eternal as the beginning of an IndyCar season. And kind of how do you get yourself into a frame of mind now that I'm looking at a long season, but I'm also looking at a difficult race on a track that likes to invite the big one?
Oh, you always have to remember that everyone might be on 0 points, but it's not going to be like that at the end of the year. Get points. You don't want to start and end your first race with 0.
Well, I guess there's no such thing as 0, but there's like, start your race and just not get a lot of points in general.
Yeah.
So we're about 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to play here in qualifications. The boss man Peterson is at the top of the order right now. Eric Peterson with a 224.2. And then we've got Teed right next to him, Charles Teed. With a 224.1, Bowles with a 224.1, Lovern with a 223.7. Lovern was in the race earlier we covered here on Race First for the VOR DW12 series, along with Lee Kane, who currently is provisionally 6th with a 223.5. These guys are pretty fast here. Here's all the IndyCar records you need to know at Kansas. IndyCar ran here from 2001 to 2010, but not these cars. It was all the older style cars. 2 of the top 10 closest finishes in IndyCar history have come here at Kansas. Kansas has always been known for fast speeds and close finishes. Qualifying track record is held by Thomas Scheckter with a speed of 2:18.5. So if this goes the real world, Peterson be looking at a new track record. The career IndyCar wins leaders here at Kansas are Dan Weldon and Scott Dixon, each with 2. Minute 5 left to see anything interesting so far in the qualifying here.
No, everyone seems to be relatively close together in terms of time, which is gonna be pretty indicative of the race. I think we're gonna see people fighting for clean air, so to speak. Yes, you'll be able to race in packs, but you're gonna want to avoid any potential aero push.
Let's get you a background of the actual rule set we are looking at for today. We are going to have a fast repair. We're looking at 85% fuel, I believe, is what I was told. Double check that. 80% fuel. So 14.8 gallons. So more akin to what you see in an actual, or not quite in the actual IndyCar. Actual IndyCar is 18. So we're expecting about 38 laps-ish for a stint. And that is it for qualification. Brew Popper JB, as we agreed that we were going to nickname him here on the program, to the pole with a 224. And we will get you our starting lineup here just momentarily as everyone starts to load in. But the other rules that we have for you is no white line to advanced position. Anywhere below the white line is strictly prohibited, except on the front straight coming to the checkers. Then the apron is available. Of course, apron is also available in qualifications. Pit lane rules, rule loosely enforced is a 3 in 3 out for entering your own pit box. We'll be keeping an eye on that. No driving through the pits. I know a lot of people love to do that. And keep in mind, these are legacy cars, so netcode is in effect at all times. So that might impact some of the close racing we see going forward. We're looking at a nice distance of about 150 laps tonight, so sit back, relax. Should be a good one. We're gridding up, and we'll get to a starting lineup here momentarily. And let's get you that starting lineup here from Kansas Motor Speedway. On the pole, JB with a time of 24.5. Matt Wagner, one of the guys we raced against in the Lionheart Series, sitting there at a 24.526. So 24.521, the pole 24.5 and 26 for P2. Really, really close there. Eric Peterson with a 24.5 as well. Edson Santos, saw him earlier in the VOR series. 24.5. Schaus, 24.5. T, 24.5. Everyone was really, really close. Ryan Bowles, 7th. Gary Lovern, 8th. AJ Hobson. Hey, man, you can't have an IndyCar race without AJ in the lineup. P9. Lee Kane, 10th. Elmer Joseph, P11th. Gary Corley, 12th. Moving on, Taylor Reeves, 13th. Brad Adams, 14th. And William Swinson at 15th. And as your 15-car field, and we're getting ready to move out here very shortly. If you're thinking about maybe trying your hand with the Dark Horse Gang and the DW12 series, be sure to check out their Discord server. Link is in the description. And we are underway. Pace lap, getting ready to go green. Always a moment of anticipation. I don't care how big the field is, really. This is the part of the race that always has my blood pressure the highest.
Yeah, because you have just over a dozen cars all packed together in a relatively small piece of pavement.
One of these days I'll have to put my Apple Watch on a stream and let people see when I drive what my rate is here. It's always tense, but here we go. Tension getting ready to be released right now under the command of JB at the line. Green flag, we're underway. Season 7 Dark Horse DW12 series now ongoing. Green flag going in the 1. JB down low. Matt Wagner right behind him. Right in that draft. He's not going to let him go right, very, very far. Eric Peterson right there, right behind him there. And that, and then we got the Quaker State Team Menard throwback going high on the outside here. That is Ryan Bowles, I believe, or Schaus. We'll get used to these names and liveries. Peterson, of course, in the throwback to Robbie Gordon's kart car.
Yeah, and we quickly have roughly two lines forming.
Well, 3. Schaus going up high, venturing here to no man's land very early. They're going to start to funnel through there because the track does begin to narrow, at least visually. I don't know if it actually does through there, but I think people get a little anxious getting close to the wall. Who can blame them? There's Teed and that Robbie Gordon when he drove a Toyota in kart throwback there. Peterson's more of a Team Menard throwback from their later years. Team Menard never drove the DW12s, even though we've seen Menard's sponsorship on the Penske cars. Team Menard decided it was just, if you can't beat them, join them.
And as predicted, it seems like we will be flat out around this place, even if you are in traffic.
Let's ride along with Charlie Teed. A little bit of a lift. Shifting to sixth. A little bit of breathing there. Saving some fuel. Again, 36 laps is where we expect the first stop. Or actually about 38, actually. So we're expecting right about 4 stops, give or take. Teed it up high. Gonna have Peterson to the inside. Teed gonna be in the draft, gonna take it 3 wide and 3. Whoa.
It's very enticing to keep your momentum up and ride that high line, but it is still a longer distance around the track.
Yeah, your momentum is going to get you right alongside that car. It's enough to get you right along the side. So he would get alongside of Schaus, but he would just not be able to pass him, and he would stall out. Look in the back of Eric Schaus in the 72. Kind of a throwback to what we saw Robbie Buell drive in the early days of the IRL. So Eddie Cheever, of course, drove that livery. The 96 Indy 500, still the fastest race lap ever there at the Indy 500. Of course, Scott Brayton. Everyone can't forget him. In fact, he just had a birthday this week, the late Scott Brayton. So always remembering him. Of course, this week also is happy, and here we go for looking for the lead now with Charlie Teed. Happy Unification Week, 22 or 16 years ago. The Indy Racing League and Kart Series reunited, so the split is now able to drink. Or no, not able to drink. That's 21. That's my daughter I'm thinking of. Now the split is able to drive. And I don't want my daughter drinking at 21. It's a whole different ball game when you have a daughter instead of a son. You drive defensively, if you know what I mean.
But I'm thinking back, who do we still have left who was in IndyCar at that time? What, Will Power, Scott Dixon, Ed Carpenter, and Graham Rahal?
Yeah, I think it's about it. Let's get you back some TV shots down the back straight. And not very many drivers left from that period. Tony Kanaan, he just recently retired. He would have been part of that. I don't think Sato would have been. Sato came in the DW12 period. I don't think he was in the IR. Well, you know what? He might have been in the IR05s because I do remember him racing with the Vassar team there.
Yes.
So maybe Sato. Still active. I think he has he's going to be an Indy-only entry for Rahal.
Yeah, because Sato's first year, because he was with KV, but that was 2010.
Yeah, you're probably right there. I'm just thinking of the when if he drove those as they were called by Paul Tracy, the blank boxes.
I've heard those IR05s called many a name.
The car down low on the backstretch. That is Brad Adams. I don't know if we had contact or momentarily had a computer issue, but very slow on the backstretch coming into turn 3.
Let me check the replay. It seemed like he was involved in an incident. Yep, lap 9 exiting turn 2. Yeah, netcode incident between Adams and Reeves on lap 9.
As we said, watch the netcode here. These cars are legacy cars, so the netcode is a real thing.
And William Swensman was also collected in that incident as well.
But Jari Brewpopper, hopefully we're saying that right, is running what we call the Indy Racing League line, the IRL line, which is right on that white line and never get off it.
Yep, when everyone's going relatively the same speed, the only way you get around them is if you take a shorter line. And if you're taking the shortest line, well, no one's getting around you.
Now, one thing that these cars don't have available, and in the old IRR, ooh, Teed and Schaus, a little jousting there on the front stretch, that the old IRR5s had available to them in these type of races is they actually had a push-to-pass button, which actually just turned the engine mapping up a notch for a short period of time. That was a cheat. It was very simple. That was a cheat. That was it. It just turned the engine mapping up a notch. And gives them that momentary burst. And that would have given the burst on the outside the pass. But these cars, no push to pass on ovals. So they're going to have to really hope that we have tire deg down low for JB here in order for the higher lines to get around. But right now we do have JB, Schaus, Teed, Hobson now up to 4th, Bowles 5th, Peterson 6th, Wagner 7th, Lovern 8th, Santos 9th, Kane 10th. Everybody cover the probably top 13 with a blanket right now. I think Taylor Reeves is actually disconnected from this group a little bit, but keeping it safe at the moment in that Quaker State throwback to, it even says Buick on the side. I love it, from Roberto Guerrero's 92 Indy pole sitter car. I believe Elmer Joseph, though, is the last car in the this lead pack right here. Just keeping everything in front of him. Not a bad strategy at all. Really not. I mean, you're probably getting maximum fuel saving back there as well.
Yeah, because especially when you're trying to make the 4-stop strategy work, you want to make it comfortable. Try to keep your stop short by simply having more fuel in the tank when you come in.
Schaus gives it a run on the outside. Was even going into the corner, but that's how much the corner means down low. He was able to pull a full car length ahead. The leader. Four different lines through 1 and 2. Very brave, these fellers. This is one of the longest DW12 running series on the service. I don't think there's really any other DW12 series out there that's run longer than specifically DW12 only. We know the Lionheart guys, they started with the DW12, moved to the IR18, kept the DW12 as their Speedway series, but did not run it the last couple seasons because of the broadcast ban. This is your longest running DW12 series. If you enjoy this car, it does race well. It is fun to drive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is tremendous. They race well against each other because they punch massive holes through the air.
All that body work on that car. Schaus trying to get the slipstream, and he's there, and it brings him right up next to him, but then we come into the corner, and he just stalls back out, and then he's right back where he started again, behind Jari on the front straight. Jari so far, I believe, has led every single lap, 27 of 150. Now these guys got to start thinking about, they're about 10 laps or so away from a first stop, and getting your car in a position where you can get on the pit road. The pit road entry rule is off of 4, so these guys are going to be bringing it down from 200 plus miles per hour down to, what do we say, 45?
Yes, 45 on pit lane.
That is crazy. There we see best laps just turned of the race so far. I think Schaus might be purple with the 22.4. There's Teed Hobson with the 22.3.
And it's going to be dicey, especially with the fast line being the low line.
Corley and Joseph in the 225s. Last laps, 221 flat for JB. Teed 220. Schaus 219. Yeah, Joseph with the purple lap so far, 220 with a 24.3 in time. Here comes Teed up the middle, down to the bottom, getting behind JB. So, really, my experience with these cars when we do these long green runs and into green flag pit stops is that we're going to be pretty close together as we go through this first stint. But I think you'll start seeing separation in the field if we do a green flag pit stops. I think we've seen enough of examples in the Lionheart series that once we all hit pit road, that really kind of starts to spread the field out. But we'll see if that happens. That might be one example, just maybe a bad one. We'll see, as we're about 6 laps away from getting to that pit stop. Maybe longer for the guys further on back.
Yeah, the people in back definitely been saving. And it is very hard to pull off the track and then start slowing down. So normally you call out and start slowing down while you're still on the banking. The problem is that low line is where you want to be on track.
Ryan Bowles and the Weather Channel car, pretty interesting there. Up high. Now there's a line forming of single file beneath him through the corner, now fanning out a little bit. AJ Hobson there in the that green and black. I believe that's a throwback livery from the 500 as well. Brian Clausen? Yeah, I think that might be the Brian Clausen livery. And then right behind him is Matt Wagner. And that got the HyperX sponsorship on there. That's where you see him if he would have been racing in the Lionheart series. Gets a good run right up to the back there. The Weather Channel car has a check up. Peterson just kind of hanging out back there. Whoa! 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 Schaus! Schaus, keep her straight, buddy. Keep her straight. Keep her straight. He's going to keep it straight. He's going to go into the pits. Oof. And that might be enough contact, but we're not going to see caution. But that's what happened when you catch the apron, and that's why the apron is off. And we are under caution, and that is going to be a critical point for everybody, is that this is right when they needed the caution to happen, right here.
Yeah.
Let's see what happened to Schaus.
Really impressed that Schaus did not bring it back up onto the track.
Let's check out what Schaus did. I think he just clipped the apron there on the front stretch, and that will unload the back end of the car, make it hard to make it loose, make it hard to control. There it is, right there. Whoa, whoa. Keep it down, keep it down. Keep it down, yeah. And then lock it up, keep it off the wall. Thump. Hopefully the damage is minimal, but that was a pretty big thump. And the side pods are pretty well damaged, and that was enough to call out the caution here. So back to live TV, and we're going to see everybody go to pit road here momentarily, I'm sure. Yep, here we go. Pit road is open for service. JB, Bowles, Wagner, Hobson, Teed, your top 5, as that first stint is now over. And we'll see about pulling someone up in the booth here after they get service done and before they go green and get a little in-car report. Pretty much confirm what we're seeing is that it's easy to draft to the front, but once you get there, it's hard to pass. Bowles made a good run of it there to make it close off the pit road exit, but not going to happen as JB right there at the exit just kind of wheels forward and gets to the line. Edson Santos there up to P7, Lovern P8, Corley P9, Kane in 10th. Biggest gainer is AJ Hobson, two of them actually. Hobson and Bowles up 5 spots there. I don't know if we'll have time to get anybody in the booth.
Yeah, I'm going to see if Eric can come join us to talk about what happened.
All right. You might not want to talk about it.
Yeah, I asked him. Haven't gotten a reply yet.
Of course, if he is racing in VR, it'll be difficult to do that. But we are getting ready to probably go green here momentarily. Give you a good idea of conditions. Not a very, and as you see, we are inviting pack racing going on here. So 77 degrees ambient, 73 ambient, 77 track temp. Light wind, so it is inviting the conditions of a bit of a pack race. Chouse is riding the bottom there. We're getting ready to probably go green here momentarily. We still got lights on the pace car. Everybody's had full tanks. New tires, going to reset. So, and now the lights are out on the pace car, and we'll take a look here at the over the roll bar, over the shoulder here of Yari. All right, so we're coming to green. Really, I mean, these cars, there's really nothing for you to do, unlike the R18, where you're probably in engine map 8. You now resetting your bars, your weight jacker. Here, it's just pretty much your left hand, your right hand, and your left foot and your right foot, and of course, your eyes, of course. But what's he looking to do here now once he brings the field up? Get a good jump and then immediately get to the bottom?
Yeah, that would be what I would be aiming to do, where you let the pace car kind of drift away a little bit, and you try to get to the start-finish line at highest speed as possible, to not give the cars behind you the chance to, say, form a pack or anything like that. I try to play it safe.
Getting ready to go green, starting at lap 41. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Hang on, buckle the belts tight. We're getting ready to do it one more time. And we are underway. Lap 41 and 150. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to click the thumb for like the broadcast there and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. Good jump for JB. I love the simulated flash bulbs from the field or from the stands. Like, who does that anymore?
And we do have a car off on the exit of 2.
Trying to find who it is. Not sure who it is.
It's Taylor Reeves, this Quaker State car. Let's see. He made contact with... I made contact with Eric Strauss.
Oh, wow. Oh, and here comes Matt Wagner in the middle. Matt in the middle. 2 by 2. We got a 6-car breakaway here at front. So whatever action happened that caused the incident with Reeves and Strauss, looks like might have separated the P7 on back. But they might be able to get back into this. So now you're looking at a group of JB, Teed, Peterson, Bowles, Hobson, Wagner, all right here in this lead pack. 3 different lines to the turn. Pretty typical Kansas Speedway racing so far. Very entertaining. This is going to be close wheel-to-wheel action. I always say it takes more skill. I know you cover a lot of NASCAR, Ryan. I always say it takes more skill to race side by side with somebody and not touch them, especially with open wheels and the race side by side and lean on them as they do in NASCAR. Because how do I know it takes no skill to do that? Because I can go outside of my car and hit the next car next to me with no problem and no skill set.
Yeah, but it's the amount of spatial awareness you need to have in the IndyCar, especially at these speeds. You need to keep. Not only do you can't touch the car beside you, you have to keep an envelope of safety in case there is any net code issue.
I like the phrase, the envelope of safety. Yes. I've coined the phrase myself, the draft envelope, but that's about what the when you punch a hole in the air, what the open envelope behind the cars is that you can roll up in. And they're a little bit this car, it punches a big hole, but is not as large as the R18. But I do like the envelope of safety. That is a very good one too. Special delivery package right there. While we have a moment, let me bring up the schedule for the Season 7 of the Dark Horse Series. We should have brought that up during the caution, but we thought we were going to have a mid-race interview. Actually, we'll put that off on hold. When next time we have some lull in the action, we'll put that up. But we got a season-long schedule, really, really long. A lot of entertaining races coming up, including a 500-miler to wrap the season up, or not wrap the season up, but next to last season at Indianapolis. They will be wrapping the season up at Fontana. Rest in peace there, Fontana. Thank you again, NASCAR.
Oh man, NASCAR doing what's best for their business.
I think now with that super speedways are 0 for 2 in Southern California, it might be a good idea not to build another one there.
Yeah, it seems like the age of super speedways is done.
Let's take a look at this group starting at P7 and Gary Lovern. They are all in a tight line, and also involved in there is Schaus, who is a lap down. He is definitely enjoying the hole in the air being punched by Lovern. Lovern is not injured in terms of his body work is injured at all, but Schaus is. So Schaus is getting the benefit of that. Right behind him, full position, is Santos and Corley. And that's what they're looking at. That's what they're trying to roll up on. You see about 1.1 seconds back. Now, if that's the IR18, they're in the draft envelope. They need to get more closer to a second before they can roll in and catch that group. They might be able to do it. We'll keep an eye on them. This is a battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th, with Schaus being one lap down in the middle here, just trying to hang on. Maybe if we get an early caution, he might opt to stay out and get the wave around. We'll see.
That is true. The wave around, like, if we're not halfway through the stint, you might as well just stay out, take the wave around, because you never know when there could be another caution.
Yep, as they say, cautions breed cautions. Another big supporter of the league, another big supporter of the channel. I want to give him a call out here. Do want to thank the guys at 4D Racewear. Make sure to check out their line of made-for-sim racing gloves, shoes, and apparel. You can visit them today at 4dracewear.com or click on their link in the stream description. They've been a big supporter of us here at Raceburgs, big supporter here of this league here at Dark Horse. I want to thank them again for being returning for sponsorship. 55 of 150. Laps are very quickly ticking down. So next pit stop. So we're looking at 38. And so we're probably looking at maybe 40 laps after this one. Maybe a little bit more. So let's just say conservatively we go 40 laps. So we're at about 78, 80, somewhere in there that we're looking for our next pit stops.
Yeah, that seems to be about right. And we didn't get to see it the first time, but it is, if we stop under green, it's going to be really important you have a clean stop because you want to come out with the lead back.
Whoa. What's going on with Peterson on the backstretch?
Did he just... I think he's coming into pit lane.
This can't be a scheduled stop. I'm not sure what happened. As we're watching Eric Peterson making his way down pit road. Maybe some contact, maybe some damage, maybe hit the wall. Gonna hit his marks, go up on the jacks. Gonna get some new tires, top off the tank, and he is popped out of the cockpit. So something happened. Maybe a mechanical?
Maybe.
Because
he just pulled off the track, didn't make contact with anyone.
Hopefully it's nothing too urgent at home. Never know, it might be one of those emergency phone calls, what have you. So hopefully nothing too urgent, but it's simulation racing. I do insult people. I think when I tell them this is just a game, it's not a game. It's sim racing. Well, it's just a game, guys. It's just relax. Yeah. We all want to have fun. I always tell people I have a sticker on my monitor right here that says it's just a game to remind myself when I get upset. But now we're looking at a 5-car breakaway. JB, Teed, Bulls, Hobson, and Wagner. 3 wide for the lead between Teed, Bulls, and JB. Look at these guys right behind them are the interested parties, and the front row seat popcorn right there for those 3, or for those 2 just further back for Wagner and Bulls. And let's check the status of that second group. They're losing a little bit. They're right around that 1.1 second area. So they're not really gaining, but they're not... I said they're losing. I saw at 1.2 there for a second, but they reeled them in a little bit on the straight.
Yeah, as long as they could just hang low, stay on that short line at the bottom, keep in line, maybe they'll just slowly reel them in over time.
Now this is going to get interesting. We got Lee Kane here in 11th, running by himself, and this group has caught him. And this is not going to be good. Oh, we got contact. And we are back to caution, and I believe that was the leader making contact with Lee Kane. And
Teed got the worst of it.
Yeah, and Teed got the worst of it, and there was a little bit of net code there, and then some real contact. But I think what happened is that Yari caught up to Kane a lot faster than he thought. Realized that it was going to be a block, kind of a pick that Teed was kind of setting up to be used there. And which is, if the car's going to stay on the bottom, you might as well try to use it as a pick, right? And it was really JB was going to lose the lead there if he had to lift and tried to pop out and made some double contact there. So maybe some damage to our leader. Ryan Bowles is now shown as the leader. That is most unfortunate. Bowles coming down pit road. So everyone 27 laps into that stint, so it is definitely within the window to hit it again. As we're lap 65. We'll give you an idea of what we expect for stops after this. And we might have, really, it's 2 stops and a splash.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like, because it'd be really hard to stretch it out to avoid having to come in another time.
So yeah, we're looking at lap 66 now, and let's say we just add the 38, which we think the 38 is a very loose number. 66 plus 38 is 104, plus 38 for another stop is 142, and so we're 8 laps short. Now, can you save 8 laps in these cars? Oh, it is hard to fuel conserve in these cars. And the big reason behind that is, well, from a driver's point of view, tell us how hard it is to conserve fuel in these cars.
Because you don't really have any of the tools you have in the IR18. You can't go to a fuel mix that is a bit leaner. And the only way you can save fuel is simply by lifting and just easing off the throttle, which you can if you're following someone, but not to the degree where you can get 8 laps out of it.
And we were just talking about the wave around for Schaus, and that is what he's waiting for right now. So we kind of called it there. He stayed out, and we'll get the wave around, and that will move Schaus back to the end of the lead lap in a, well, I tell you, for a damaged car, it got cleaned up pretty good. So we got some folks in chat. Matt Wagner. Hey, Matt, long time no see. How you doing? Mike Rigney there. Mike, what's up? Thanks for joining us, everybody. Ryan Bowles in the Weather Channel car. Of course, that has been the big question on everyone's list with iRacing is concerning weather and whether or not we're going to get rain. And well, we got it, but not in the cars that we wanted to have it in. So, oh well. If you're just joining us, everybody, thanks for joining us tonight. This is Dark Horse's DW12 series. We're coming to you from Kansas. We put in 67 laps of a scheduled 150. Make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you don't have not done so already. Click the bell so you don't miss out on the next race. We have another one tomorrow where we're going to be in tomorrow evening, which will be our first truck series coverage with the ISRA Truck Series. That'll be myself and Mark Murphy, former Indy Fixed Series champion. And, of course, Tuesday is now the home of the Tuesday night IndyCar Oval Series Top Split. And that'll be at 7:15 Eastern until time changes here in a little bit. Join us for a what's going to be a shootout at Michigan in the IR18s. You going to show up for that one?
Yeah, I'm going to show up for that.
There you go. Yeah, we know you have a good oval rating. We might see you in that top split. So we're getting ready to go racing here. Ryan Bowles is now the leader. JB sitting in second. Not sure what damage he might have. So that might open up an opportunity for Wagner sitting in third. AJ Hobson sitting in fourth. Santos, move him up to fifth. Lovern sixth. Corley 7th, Elmer Joseph 8th, Teed is back in the battle at 9th, Reeves 10th, Kane 11th, Schaus 12, getting ready to go green as you hear the revs coming up, and Bowles is on it. Green flag, lap 69, back underway. Carefully bringing these cars up to speed, not to spin the wheels. Good breakaway for these first two. Not a good jump for Wagner and Hobson. I think they might have got a little bit of accordion action. Brubacher is pinching. He is making it. He is definitely making Bowles work for it. And he might have it cleared on the high side. Caution. Caution on the racetrack.
Yeah, caution's out. And JB is back in the lead.
So it looks like we have a 4-car incident. Teed is involved. Let's watch this. Schaus is involved. Oh, and Lovern. So we got to go further up into the field. Lovern was involved in something, so we're going to go further up in the field. But Elmer Joseph.
That seems like.
I'm trying to find who that other car. Gary Corley?
Yeah, Gary Corley.
So that's Gary Corley. We'll get another. Let's go into the Race First One airship here. Get a high fly and a view of this one. That's underneath. A rapid cut kind of come down. It kind of came back up. Don't know if maybe he clipped the apron and then, or realized he was going down too much and then overcorrected, came back. Any number of things there, but that's a catastrophic wreck that took out about 4 cars.
Yeah, just an error in judgment and making a, honestly, over-aggressive move.
And don't forget, we do have, and that's probably what we saw Schaus get repaired. Marco, I forgot that we don't cover a lot of leagues with the fast repair, and they do have the one fast repair here. So some of these guys are executing the fast repair to get back their cars at showroom new, so to speak. But yeah, you're right. JB back to the lead as a result of that when the caution came out. Wagner now P2, Hobson P3. Who was our leader? It was Bowles. Did Bowles stop? Yes, he did. So they only did 5 laps on that stint. They needed more in the neighborhood of 8 to not have to do that extra splash. So let's watch Bowles. If we stay green, if he could save a couple of laps of fuel, it might save him that splash at the end.
Yeah, because saving 3 laps is so much more manageable.
Right, than 8, for sure. And once again, let's actually, instead of bringing someone into the booth, let's go ahead and take a look at the Season 7 schedule coming up. Let's bring that on screen right there. Of course, we're this week at Kansas Speedway. Next week, we will be going to Legacy Pocono, which these cars drive very well at. Very fun to drive there. Iowa Speedway, these cars are almost flat out around the place. It might actually be a pack race. I've seen some Iowa races in the DW12 become pack races. Homestead Miami Speedway, Michigan, Worldwide Technology, otherwise known as Gateway. Milwaukee Mile, Kentucky. Then on to Motegi, then New Hampshire, and then we will actually wrap up with Indianapolis. They swapped the dates between Auto Club and Indianapolis there, so the Indy 500 will be the last date on the calendar, 16th of June. So get us into the early portion of the summer. That is for Season 7 of the Dark Horse DW12 series. And you'll also be able to watch replays of these races on ESTV. That's why we got their logo flashing in the corner. Welcome them. Of course, we want to thank the guys at 4D Racewear for paying the bills, help the coverage here. Appreciate that. The guys at 4D have long been longtime supporters of just about everything we do here at Race First. So we can't thank them enough. So coming up, I think we'll go green here next time by. Yeah, lights are out. So we're going to go green at 74 of 150. So we're halfway home. And I think the strategy play now is Bowles. I think Bowles, if he... And actually, I don't know why he's riding so high. I'd get down on that white line, maybe below the apron, and try to take the shortest rail around and save on those precious drops of fuel. If he's only 2 laps away from making it, or 3 laps, I'd try to save it here. He is up against the wall. And I say that not in a negative way. That's just when Indy cars have to restart, we're up against the wall where we guard that right side of our car so we can't get past before the start-finish line. But let's get back up to the front. I want to thank TC and the Race First One airship. Back down the ground level. Pace car off. Getting ready to go green at lap 74. Next lap, we'll come to the halfway point. JB has pretty much been dominating all race long for except that little time there that we just saw Bowles as a leader. And we have a bit of a 3-car breakaway up front between Brubacher, Wagner, and Hobson.
And they are 3 wide back in the field.
Woo! And Bowles going to be in the middle of a sandwich here. Bowles probably would like a car in front of him, I'm thinking. If he could probably get down to Kane, he probably would follow Kane and try to save. Car in the wall.
Yeah, Glover in
Corley,
the wall.
is that Corley? Lovern?
Lovern.
Lovern in the wall. There he goes. So he's back under power. Not sure if he got forced up there, but he had a good race earlier today at Pocono in the VOR Series. Finished on the podium. Finished third there, but looks like the right side of his side pod there is crushed. Back up front. Look at him shot down the back straight. Hobson taking a peek. I think this might be turning into, unless we get another caution here, this might be turning into a fuel mileage race, especially with fewer and fewer cars on the track. I would be putting myself in a position, I think, to save fuel. Maybe I'm making the wrong strategy call. What would you do?
Well, if I was in a situation where I only had to save 3 laps of fuel, I'm going full on strategy. Because if you can eliminate an entire stop, you will win this race.
Oh, and actually, I still have the Dark Horse schedule up. How stupid of me. There it goes. Whoop. So we don't do with schedules very often on the broadcast. We just cover the officials. My bad. Oh, awful. Gary, even we have rust here at Race First that we have to knock off.
Ooh, yeah, it's been a long time without league racing.
Oh my goodness! How much did you do during the broadcast ban?
Oh, so I pretty much did like just an official fixed series race like once a week on occasion, but I pretty much cut down my time on an IndyCar basically almost to nothing.
Yeah, it was kind of a depressing period, and it made it even more depressing knowing that who had the license and was going to do nothing good with it. It's just like, why? Why are we here? How did we get here? We knew this would be the problem.
And yeah, it was frustrating from the standpoint of when you did go to, say, the official fixed series, the splits were just empty.
Yeah, I think I did one race in that period, and actually it was the Dark Horse had an IR01 series, and I did a race there at Lovern. And we're watching this battle back here with Bowles at the moment because we think this is kind of where he's looking to save 3 laps or so, but he's leading this pack, so I'm not sure how much he's going to be able to see at 3 laps saving. Let's get back up front though. We're 3 wide with these guys.
They just can't find a way around JB.
No. So they had an IR01 series here for Dark Horse, and I popped in their Pocono race. Oh yeah, I had major rust then and managed to bring it home 8th. A little bit of luck there at the end, but still a top 10 nevertheless. But yeah, it was not a fun time. And there's a lot of rust on a lot of people right now.
Yeah, just getting used to driving on ovals with cars with an insane amount of downforce and grip compared to a stock car.
Well, and even if you did play the sim and you decided that you'd go against AI, the AI cars are pretty predictable. When you start getting a human element into them, the AI cars would hold their lines pretty good. The human driver does not tend to do that. So even if you did try to hone your skills racing AI, you probably find that racing the human now is the unpredictable aspect of racing the human. But, these guys up front not having the issue right now. It's Brubacher, Dobson. Santos has snuck his way into 3rd now. Wagner in 4th, and Bowles back there in 5th. We do have a lap car involved with these leaders. That is William Swinson. And he's just hanging on this lead group, and that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. He's 2 laps down. But he could conserve some fuel, maybe catch a break, get one of those laps back on a wave around. But definitely give your sponsors some TV time. There you go.
Well,
So 2 distinct packs. We have this lead pack of the top 4, really, and then we have the lapped car of Swinson in there. And then going back to P5, Taylor Reeves and Schaus also involved here. Ryan Bowles. Now, Bowles is leading this group. Reeves wants by. I'd let him have it. I really would let him have it if I could get 3 laps out of this deal. Or maybe he has another strategy. I don't know.
maybe.
That's one thing that if you've raced other forms of cars here on the service, IndyCar is about one of the few that I can think of that immediately once the race starts, you have a full tank of fuel and everything, and immediately you start thinking about fuel conservation.
Yeah, because like comparatively, these engines are so relatively thirsty.
Yes.
That you could generally win a race by saving fuel, which some people don't like, but it does add an element of variability that makes this form of racing exciting. You don't have to be the fastest guy to win.
All right, I think these two are leapfrogging. I think that's what they're doing. And they are 1.7 seconds up to Wagner. So can they reel in this lead pack by leapfrogging? That's very hard to do.
Because generally, like, leapfrogging is something you'd only see at the super speedways.
Corley with a run up high. Takes a look to take it 3 wide. Corley 1 lap down. Elmer Joseph involved in this one. He's in that Gillette car, with the Interstate Batteries Gillette car. He's down a lap. I like everyone's styles and liveries so far. Really, the battle for position here is between Bowles and Reeves and Schaus. Schaus is that third car there, the fourth green car in this pack. Very reminiscent of that Team Menard's Quaker State entry. Back up front. Still, everyone is maintaining station now. I think everyone is settling in now. JB is going to take that low line every single lap. Now, the problem with driving the low line, and we've seen this happen before, it hasn't happened to me, but there's a first for everything, as you lose focus and you clip that apron.
Yeah, you can clip the apron by just trying to take too narrow an approach into a corner, or if you consistently run that line flat out the entire time, your tires will overheat at some point.
And I think Hobson is just trying to keep his car right there on the right rear corner. Keep JB honest. If JB wanted to, he could probably start arcing out a little bit on the backstretch and make his turn into 3 and 4 a little less abrupt. Yeah, right now, he does not have a car immediately behind him, so he can do that if he wanted to.
Yeah, like leave about half a car's width. That would be ideal.
Yeah. So you see a very shallow entry for JB into 3 and 4. So he's holding it down the bottom. We are now 32 laps, actually, 33 laps into the stint for these guys. So pace Let's check our pulses here, because we have pit stops pending here relatively shortly, and yeah, AJ got around Lovern there. Had to catch my breath there momentarily. Getting a good run. Hobson at the line, your leader. Side by side now.
No, he's not going to be able to get clear.
50 to go. We're just at lap 100 now. It's gone by quickly. That second group is losing pace. 2.2 seconds. 2 seconds. Schaus has fallen off there. Not sure. Something happened back there to those guys. I think he might have lost track of the draft. But Bowles now really needs the help from Swinson to kind of reel this group in. Back up front. 36 laps, so we're into the window here very shortly. We're probably 38. Anytime after 38, probably looking to hit pit road. Now it'll give us an idea, reset the calculators, give us an idea of who can make it and who cannot. We got Julian from Velocity Online Racing in chat. Hey, Julian, what's up?
Yeah, the next couple laps, we're going to find out the moment of truth, whether people have saved enough fuel to make it to the end on one more stop.
And we're here with bated breath. And they need to call it out. They're so close on one another. They really need to call out these stops. Otherwise, they're going to run each other over. And we've seen so many examples of that from Indy Fixed at Nashville and the VOR Series at Nashville. Where just, people kind of running over people coming to pit road. But they need to make sure, and that happens. I'm not saying it's a pandemic of any type, but you just got to be respectful of those cars around you. Call out your pit stop, let them know, so they can put their car in a position where they don't run you over as you rapidly decrease from 200 miles an hour to 220-ish down to 45 miles an hour. So we are now right there, 40 laps on this stint. We've had a couple of laps of yellow. So we might be more in the neighborhood of 45 to get to the end here. We'll see. We'll see. Everybody's going to be running low, though, at some point here. Edson Santos, just kind of interested party here. Since he got the third, he's pretty much parked himself there. Wagner taking a look down low. Wagner floating back out high. Probably saving those tires a little bit, taking that higher line around.
Oh, heard the call on the radio. JB's coming in.
JB's coming in. This will be 43 on his stint. Can he slow down?
No!
Crucial mistake. And then he slides it, and we're going to go caution. We're going to go caution. And there goes the caution. AJ Hobson on pit road before the caution came out. He can get service. And this might be a good move for AJ.
Yeah, I'm just stunned.
That's one of the things that I always do when doing practicing. People, when they think about practice, is just sitting here and making laps over and over again and feeling how the car falls off during a run. There's two things I very much like to do in practice. I don't see a lot of people do. I like to do a simulated restart and start or restart. And I like to also try it on worn tires, just if it was like late in the race. And the other thing is a couple 3 or 4 laps of at speed, and then cut the car down off the banking and try to take a green flag pit stop to avoid kind of situations like that. If you don't practice that enough, that's kind of what happens. And I'm not saying anything bad about what JB did. It's very hard. Now, another thing we see, a lot of cars riding on the apron. I think we were close on fuel.
Yes, we were very, very close on fuel, where it seemed like if they weren't coming in with JB, they were going to come in the next lap.
So let's get everyone situated. That was 40. JB did that at 42 laps. 44 laps on that stint. So let's say he can do 44 on this one. We'll calculate out and see how people are doing. But Edson Santos is your leader now. Matt Wagner, P2. Ryan Bowles, P3. Schaus, P4. Reeves, P5. JB, now he gets his stop. He's P6. Not sure if he's going to get a penalty for pit entry when we go green. We'll see. I'm not sure. Elmer Joseph stopping. I believe he might have just got his way back on the lead lap. AJ Hobson, he's out there somewhere. There he is. Now he's behind the pace car. So we see 2 more coming off. We see Corley. We see Lovern coming off. See the Garys there. So Hobson might be getting a wave around. Along with Kane, I think. Unless they're classified as the leaders here coming up, and I'm not expecting it. I thought he might get the advantage on that stop and get a better track position, but doesn't look like it. So this restart's going to be critical for these guys. You can't get separated, because this last handful of laps now, we're coming up on 40 to go. You lose track of the draft, and you are pretty well out of it unless there's another caution.
Yeah, because it seems like we're in that scenario where if there isn't another caution and you're not ahead of the leaders to get the wave around, you're just going to be in a situation where you're just stuck a lap down, and whoever's on the lead lap right now, they're the people who could win this race.
All right, so once again, if you're just joining us, hello again, everybody. Welcome back to watching Race First coverage of the Dark Horse DW12 series. This is round 1 of Season 7, coming to you from Kansas, where Edson Santos has had a long day. He was in the Vor Series this morning at 10:30, finished in the top 10 there at Pocono. Here's a wave around for Hobson and Kane, and he is your leader now, where we have less than 40 to go. Lap 113 of 150, going green next time by. So we'll reset the field for you. It is Santos, Wagner, Bowles, Brewpopper, Schaus, Joseph, Reeves, Hobson, Kane, and the first car a lap down is Corley, which is right there, and that the black and gray car with the red lettering on there. We'll spotter zoom that one. There we go. But in between Swinson and Lovern, there are some lap cars there, so they are on the lead lap, but they're going to have to combat those lap cars. We're going green at 114. Most everyone went 44 laps on that, so we should be good to go to the finish now. Everyone should be good to go. So this is a sprint to the end. Everyone should have enough fuel. If anyone stops again, I'm going to guess it's everyone's going to stay out, and maybe someone further back is going to get some tires. Santos takes off as your leader Santos, Wagner, Bulls. Bulls down low. Brewhopper he is desperately wanting to get back up to the front there. I don't know why. Hold on a second.
And JB is charging.
Not sure why my name is showing here. I'm going to start shutting off some apps. There we go. That was odd. Okay, we're back. I had my name showing up on the screen. That's like, get that off. JB on the top side. Bowles rapidly getting to the bottom to get into that draft. Three wide at the triangle, getting brave. But now is the time. Really, Santos, unless he makes a mistake and he stays right on the bottom, not going to give a car any way to get the nose in there. And besides, it'd be out of bounds if he did try to pass. Brubacher's up there again. Let's watch this from Wagner's point of view. There's really no place for him to go. Just the best thing for him to do is just stick with it.
Yeah, stick with it. It's risky, but, you know, if you're in the situation where the bottom line is the best line and you can't get there, you just squeeze the person as tightly as you can from that second lane.
Oof. Just watching JB just try to sneak the car down there and like, no net code, please no net code. Now we know Matt's a very experienced driver, so he's watching this from an experience point of view, trying to put his car in a position that's most safe. If these cars make contact, their likelihood of them are going up the track. Bulls boldly going on the outside. Wagner cracks the throttle. And I don't think Wagner has much to worry about. Let's go back to Hobson real quick. Hobson a little bit further back. Maybe a safer distance, to be honest. He's trying to track him down. Again, but he's looking at a good solid top 5 at this point, with coming up on 25 to go. Don't really want to do anything crazy. Opening race of the season, want to maximize those points. Here is Hobson. Now he's all over Wagner. Buddy, boys, this is now a 5-way battle.
Yep, everyone else has joined the party.
And JB is stuck on the outside, and he's not going anywhere. Now Bulls takes over P2. He's looking to the outside. And Hobson, who was 5th just like a lap ago, all of a sudden is looking underneath Bulls, up to Santos, and he's looking at P2 all of a sudden. Oh, Santos off the bottom, left the bottom there for a second. I think just to give a little bit of a blocking draft to Bulls to kind of pull Bulls along a little bit to close the gap, then get back down. And we see that on the stock car level. Don't see that very often on the IndyCar level. At some point, AJ's going to get a run And if he's going to stick his nose there, if it's open, like Santos, I think at some coming off a corner exit, leaving it open there, but he's arcing it in. So we didn't see JB do that. Santos is arcing it in. I think anytime Santos, if AJ's there and Santos leaves the bottom open like that, he's sticking his nose in.
Yeah, it's your only chance.
And let's take a look at this massive group here now. Schaus is involved. I think it's Gary Corley, the last car. Probably has, again, the best seat in the house, watching all this develop in front of him. Taylor Reeves involved there in that Guerrero paint job. Wagner back a little bit. I don't know if he's letting the tires cool off and maybe we'll make another run at it. Coming up on 20 to go. Schaus now with going to partner up with Wagner, try to run these guys down. JB now falling back to fifth. Contact.
Oh.
Great car control for Taylor Reeves. And we might take a moment just to look at that really, really quick, folks. That's worth a shot. Here we go, in car. Oh, great job. All it did was cost them some momentum. Got to build it back up. Now everybody's piling down to the bottom again. So far, the best mover in this pack, made any forward progress, has been Hobson. Hobson went from fifth now to second. That Brian Clausen paint job. Edson Santos in the Lerner Energy car. Of course, his teammate won earlier today in the VOR Series at Pocono. So Lerner Energy looking for 2 for 2 on Sunday. Bowles to the top side, trying to get a run. Just can't get the draft. Here comes Taylor Reeves. Lovern down low on the backstretch, getting out of the way. Good etiquette. Bowles floats up on high, getting in front of Reeves, blocking Reeves a little bit. I don't think it's an intentional block. I think it's just, he wants to keep Reeves behind him there. Or it is an intentional block. It's not a block to be mean. Well, maybe Reeves would beg to differ. We'll see. Next time you do that, I'm putting you into the wall. And I've said that before, so... Oh. Hobson gets a little high off corner exit, floats it high, and one kind of moves up the racetrack a little bit, still in line. Here comes Schaus to the bottom. Schaus now going up high. I thought he would go to the bottom. The bottom seems to be, if you want to get up into this battle, you got to get to the bottom. Oh, almost contact between Bowles and Hobson.
Yes, getting really aggressive elbows out there.
Getting chippy. Santos up 3 spots, your biggest gainer today. Hobson up 7. Bowles up 4. Most of the drivers, one form or another tonight, has had to execute the fast repair. I believe Santos hasn't. I don't think Hobson did. I don't think Bowles has. Take a look at the last lap speeds here. 221. Top 4, 221. Top 5, 221s. That's all faster than the track record. Remember, track records held by in the IR05, or at least the older generation of Indy cars. Thomas Scheckter, 218. But we're all faster than the track record here. Turning race laps. Oh, Bulls getting down in front of Hobson. Now he gives up that second spot, or at least the position where he was in P2, directly behind the leader. AJ fills in. Oh, here comes JB. JB's going to fill in the spot. That's what I told you. If you stay on the bottom, you're going to go to the front. And there's not going to be a place for you to go. Exit. Almost wheel banging. 4 wide. Here comes Wagner. Like I said, probably cooling off his tires, biding his time. 10 to go. It is money time. We got Go Edson in the chat. Leaner Energy there leading the way, possibly looking at 2 race victories in the DW12 today on race first. Hobson taking a peek to the inside. Rolls to the inside.
Yeah, it's every move's gonna matter right now. Oh, who kept their tires cool and is able to run that low line when it matters most.
JB back to 6th. His tires might be spent. We'll see if he can rewind it, get it going in the right direction. Santos now leader by a 10th over Hobson. Here comes Wagner on the high side, getting a good run. Hobson might try to go to the bottom. Excuse me, Wagner to the bottom. Wagner, good run. Matt Wagner on the high side. He is going to squeeze Santos. Oh, and a collision on the back.
Whoa!
And this might be the end of the race. This might be the end of the race. Taylor Reeves still rolling. Eric Schau still rolling. Elmer Joseph spinning, but looks like in one piece. AJ Hobson, he is missing part of, he is missing a side pod and has a heavily damaged other side pod and is crabbing at the moment. Hobson. Bowles missing a front wing, but it looks like might be tracking, but he is missing body parts. He's gonna get the black flag or the meatball, and he has 5 laps to answer that. But there's 7 to go. We might see. I don't know if we're gonna go green. I think we might go green with just a couple to go. We'll see.
Yeah, we might. It's gonna be on the edge.
That might be our race there. There we see Swinton on the bottom. Or let's see, that's Elmer Joseph. Sorry, there he's crabbing, trying to get on the pit road. He's got a ill handling car. Been there, buddy. I've been there. We feel for you. And got some guys a little bit further on back that might have some damage. We'll probably execute that fast repair, try to get back into this thing. I think Bowles has not done the fast repair, so I think he might be able to get this all taken care of and then get back out there. We'll see as he hits his stall. Boom, there he goes. So he's backing on the way. He's going to be 100%. He might have a shot here with fresh tires and a light tank and a freshly repaired car in the closing lap. So let's reset what happened. So what we saw here is just 3 cars make contact on the backstretch and kind of take each other out. But really we want to pay attention here to the resetting of this field. And one of the things we're going to see, and I think we have some lap traffic involved here with Swinson. He will probably get the wave around, but it's going to be Santos, Wagner, Schaus. Now Schaus is missing a good chunk of his cowling, so he should be getting the black or the meatball. Sorry. I'm surprised he's not, but he's going to definitely have a big parachute attached to the back of his car. Kane will be in direct contact with these guys because they're now with less than 10 laps to go. All the leaders will be bunched together. All the cars a lap down will go to the back. Yari, he will move up as well and put him in direct contact. Taylor Reeves is fixed and good to go. Bowles is fixed and good to go. Corley, he's back on the lead lap. Good on him. And he is at 100%, and he just stopped. Actually, no, he is staying out. He has 35 lap old tires, but he's back on the lead lap. And then sometimes in some races, depending on what's going on, just staying on the lead lap is victory enough.
Yeah. Because with the attrition, some races, just being on the lead lap is good enough for a top 5.
But, being on a lead lap means you're in contention, that you're taking care of your stuff, just, keeping on the lead lap, because you can't win if you're not on the lead lap. So that's good strategy for Corley there to keep it on the lead lap. Everything happened in front. Now, if a big wreck happens coming to the checkers and he makes it through, well, we'll see. Here's some cars burning off from some fuel. Santos now catching back up to the pace car. So I think we're going to go green with possibly 4. We're at 4 to go now. We'll go green with 3 to go, I'm thinking. Yes, 3 to go. Schaus jumps to the front. Now, there's the Corley. We got Joseph now trying to work his way back. Swinson there going to the back because he's down 2 laps, so he'll go to the rear. Everybody on the lead lap will get the wave by him, and now we'll be in a position for all the leaders in direct contact here for the final 3 laps. So what do you do if you're Matt Wagner now?
Ooh.
I mean, you got to almost get to the bottom immediately with a head of steam. Oh, we're through corners 3 and 4, getting ready to go green. Sprint to the finish, 3 laps to go. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to click subscribe, click the bell for weekly reminders of other Race First programming here on iRacing Race First programming. And click the thumbs up because we're going to watch a heck of a race going green. It's going to be a 2-car battle, Wagner and Santos. Wagner going to get a lot of momentum, staying high in the draft. Watching Santos go to Wagner. Wagner staying high, trying to keep that momentum up. He's going to be there probably by the time they get to turn 1. 2 to go. 2 to go. Now he's in the draft. Staying high, so he's keeping his unwinding as much as he can to not scrub off speed. He's getting them into the battle. White flag in the air, this time by.
Well, accident further back.
Going to be no caution. Now remember, the apron is open. The apron is open.
No, not taking it.
And Santos at the line by 0.038. A good day for the Leaner Energy team. Whew. Let's take a look at the standings here from Kansas as Edson Santos up 3 spots. Very quiet day to the end, and, well, that's what you need to be. Just closers be closing. Put yourself in a position to win, and he did. Edson Santos, your winner. Matt Wagner, P2. Taylor Reeves, P3. Corley, P4. P5, JB has pretty much dominated the whole day, but didn't get the finish he wanted, but still a top 5. Shao 6, Kane 7th, Bowles 8th, Swinson P9, Joseph 10th, Hobson, Lovern, T, Peterson, Adams, top 15. And that is it for your 15-car field. As Santos is out there burning them down. And also Taylor Reeves during that race had the purple lap of 24.3. So good on him, a little something to take home. Before we get into the interview booth here, make sure that was a good finish. That deserves a thumbs up. So hit the thumbs up if you can. Subscribe and ring the bell for future notifications. Would appreciate it. And let's get into the interview room here. See if anyone pops down. And again, I'm not sure of league etiquette if I have to pull them down from the teams or they have to go into the general beneath us. But we are waiting on Santos, Wagner, and Reeves if they get a moment into the interview room. Just a reminder, next week we will be at Legacy Pocono. As we're waiting for the first to pop in. Matt Wagner is in there. We'll pull him up here in just a second. Bringing him on in now. Hey, Matt, you're with Gary and Ryan here. Looks like you just kind of ran out of time. You're gaining on there at the very end. If you had another lap, maybe something of it. Kind of surprised that neither one of you went to the apron there at the end, but it didn't look like you were in a position to get down there. So tell us about those closing laps.
God, guys, good to see you. It's been a long time since we raced together.
It has been.
Remember that?
Wow. Yeah, great to be here.
Yeah. So basically, I think what I think I did wrong was I was thinking about it. So either I could have took the run off of turn number 4, which probably would suit because I could have gone under the white line, so that is legal.
Yeah.
On the last lap. So I don't know. I tried that move before at this racetrack, but in a different car, and it worked on Nick DeGroot. It didn't work. It didn't work on Ensign Santos. So I have a little bit of thought into that. So I thought about that, and it didn't work out.
Well, still, you finished second on a race that had a lot of. More probably large wrecks than you probably would have liked to see. Thankfully, the fast repair was there to rescue for a lot of people, but finishing second in a race like that is still pretty good. Not all the races are going to be like this all season. Next, we're going to Pocono, which is another track we know you're pretty good at. So I'm imagining that you're pretty excited at the start of the season.
Yeah, as one of the things that I was not a fan of, but, as, what we were accustomed to, just maybe just a little bit of air push. I would have been happy with that, and hopefully you get that, that person, off the bottom line. I just wanted to bring that up here real quick. Sorry. Yeah, but Pocono, I'm looking forward to Pocono. I've had my fair share of. I lost races there, which was I lost to Craig. That sucked. I remember that race. I won't forget that one. So
we almost remember the ones we lost more than the ones we won.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, because I pitted early and I was right behind Nick DeGroot again, and that's how I lost my race. So hopefully this time around, the tables will turn. How about that?
Shout outs. Anybody want to say hi to before we let you go?
All right. I'd like to shout out to all my boys at Area 51. Shout out to all my boys at Unacceptable Racing. Ricky Harden especially. Love you, brother. Good friend of mine. And all the people at Dark Horse Racing, it's been tough times without any broadcasts. It was brutal.
Yeah, a little depressing. We were talking about that during the even we have rust we need to shake off. So we were talking about that during the broadcast. So we are right there with you. Well, congratulations on the P2. A great start to the season. Going to Pocono, a track we know you're good at next week. So all things are looking good for Matt Wagner to start the season. So we'll catch you then.
All right, guys, keep up the great podcast.
Thanks
See
a
you
lot.
guys. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, and I don't think we're going to see anybody else. Otherwise, they would have popped in. Edson might be a language barrier there. That is from Team Brazil. Not sure if we'll see Taylor at all, but Taylor did finish third. Let's see if we got any messages. Oh, and okay, I do want to make mention. Even though no one said, I think no one saw the request. As Charles Teed said, please mention Annie Peterson in Victory Lane interviews, and this race is for Eric's mom. All the best for Eric, and thinking of everybody, and thinking of your mom as well. It's funny how we all of a sudden turn into caretakers for our parents at one point or another. And that the kind of the table reverses on us, and as our parents get older, it is tougher to see. But I was telling in the pre-race interview Ryan here about the adventures of my dad on the Around the World cruise, and how I had to rescue him from Costa Rica. So always thinking of everyone and their families, especially at a time of their need. So always thinking. So before we get out of here, though, we got you for 3 races this season, Ryan. We got you for this one and a couple upcoming in later in the season, but not a bad start to the Dark Horse season 7 here at Kansas. Very competitive, despite kind of a small field. Hopefully we'll have a larger field going to other races, but definitely very chippy out there.
Yes, very chippy, and I think our winner is in general waiting for us. I think we'll get to sign off with our winner.
All right, good. Let's bring him up. I'm glad you saw that. I was actually checking some other channels. Hi, Edson. Congratulations. A great day for your team. You had a teammate with the win in the VOR series this morning, Raphael, and then you later today here at Kansas. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, man. I'd like to thank you, all the guys are watching, and so especially for you from broadcast. Yeah, Rafael won the race earlier, so I was unlucky there because I touched the wall. but here is another situation. I'm very happy to participate in this league, my first race here. So this race was a like we call like a pack race. I don't like very much this kind of race. I'm not lucky on this kind of situation. So on the first two first stints, I was trying to save fuel and charge. That moment, it didn't really matter being P1, P2, P3. Just following the guys.
Yeah.
So there in the yellow that came around lap 100, 105, I don't know, I'm not sure. I was pretty lucky. I was thinking in about don't change the tire in my last pit. It could be a great situation for me to get the P1 and then go so until the end. But so the 2 or 3 guys in front of me, of course they were spending more fuel in front, and so I had like 3 or 4 laps more of fuel. And when they went to the pit, I could continue for more 2 or 3 laps, and it came the yellow when I was in P1. And so when we got the pit lane during the yellow, so I went out and in P1 in front of the Matt Wagner, car number 3. So I thought maybe I will win this race. Just be patient and so let the the situation until the end, like just drive and keep the inside line and control the situation. I'm very happy, and I'd like to send a hug for all my teammates, including Rafael that you mentioned, and the guys that were watching the broadcast here.
Well, congratulations on the win. Great way to start off your season. First race in the series, first win in the series, 1 for 1. Maybe we could back it up going to Pocono again next week. So keep it off the wall. Maybe get a better chance at winning next week.
I hope so as well.
All right. Well, congratulations, Edson. We will catch you next week. Go celebrate.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Yeah. Very happy Edson Santos, as you would imagine.
Yeah, it's like it might have been a very hard race from his perspective, but when you win, it kind of changes some of your opinions about how the race went.
Right. So, yeah, you were getting on some thoughts about it here. The race is just. Any other thoughts before we close it out here? And the thoughts of I know you won't be around for the Pocono race, but I know you've raced many times at Pocono. Your thought with these cars at Pocono? These cars race real well at Pocono.
Yeah, so obviously being in New York City, Pocono is essentially my home track. It's the closest track to the city, and I've driven many a lap around Pocono, especially in these cars. And these cars race very well around Pocono, especially because of the absurdly long start finish straight. You're able to tow off behind someone and get past. If you're faster than someone, you will get by them.
Yes, you will. So just checking, we got the schedule up on the screen, and we are going to be only a week away here from going to Legacy Pocono, March 3rd, then Iowa, then Miami, Homestead to open the first 4 of the season. There is the whole schedule. We had it on the screen for a good portion of the broadcast, so everyone should know it by now. But hey, thanks for stepping in. We'll have Andrew Wood joining us here in the majority of the broadcast, but we needed some pinch hitters, and I can't think of any bigger pinch hitters that call in than Ryan Eric King from Jalopnik.com. Thanks a lot, Eric.
No problem.
So that's it for today. Once again, your podium from Kansas is Edson Santos with the win, Matt Wagner, P2, and Taylor Rees, who I don't know if we got a chance to see. I don't think he's in any of the interview channels, but maybe if you join the Dark Horse Discord, he might have some comments in there what he thought of his race.
Take a quick.
Yeah, I'm looking right now just to be sure. Normally, like I said, there's an waiting room and we bring them down, but we're learning new things as we're in a new league here and everything's just a little bit different. But apologies to Taylor. Next time, if we do get you on again, which I'm sure we will, we'll just give you some extra time to talk. Nothing wrong with that. But join me, and it'll be Andrew Wood again next week for round 2 as the series moves to Pocono. Don't forget, coverage this season begins right around 8 p.m. Eastern time. Again, it's 8 p.m. Eastern. As always, you can find everything right here at youtube.com/raceverse. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support Raceverse with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below to let us know what you thought of tonight's race. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. And if you're new, click subscribe. And while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so you don't miss out on more of what other Raceverse's iRacing programming, folks, and we got a lot of them. It's good to not be in this broadcast ban period anymore, I'll tell you what. So keep your browser set here for the most in-depth IndyCar knowledge in all of iRacing. Raceverse, we know what Indy means. Dark Horse DW12 series is helped brought to you by 4D Racewear. Check out their made-for sim racing line of gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them today at 4dracewear.com or click on their link in today's description. For business inquiries, learn more about Raceverse and what we do, visit raceverse.com. Like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Here's all of our handles at the bottom. I still call it Twitter. It's not going to be X for a while. So you can follow all of us via our Twitter handles right here at the bottom of our screen. So for everyone at Raceverse, I'm Gary Godson saying all happy Sunday. Thanks for watching, and to all our men and women serving in the military and its first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again next weekend, Pocono, for the next race of the Dark Horse DW12 series. Good night.